so you can start off with sitting on something, hopefully. So if you've got a cushion on your sofa, quite a firm one, or a big blanket, then I'd recommend that you sit on one. And you can have baby either on you or in front of you, whichever is more comfy for you. You know, with the sitting up, it will just help with lower backs any time that you're sitting down on the floor. So just sit yourself on something and tilt the pelvis so you can really sit up. Okay, we're just going to do a few things to loosen up. So just taking a deep breath in through the nose, and let your out breath go with the sigh through the mouth. Do that a few times, in through the nose. And talking of horses, we were at Elle just now. We're going to imagine that we're a horse and we're going to flap our lips like a horse. So your babies might like this. But just take a breath in through the nose, sitting tall. You can let it go for as long as you like. We're going to do that again. And just let those lips really flap. I'm going to do that one last time and try and sit really tall and take some extra air in this time. So down to the belly. And there's no way that you can tense up your jaw when you do that, and it just helps to really lengthen the out breath. Okay, so we're just going to bring our hands to the heart if they're free. And we're tuning into the breath. And as you take a breath in, just lift your arms up above your head. And as you exhale, we're just going to bring the arms down, round in a circle, back to the heart. So following the breath, inhaling to lift the arms up, stretch up. Exhaling round in a circle. Lovely. And we're going to have a little hum, and this will help to lengthen the breath again. So inhaling the arms up, twinkling the fingers. Let's go the other way. And when we inhale, sweep the arms the other way. And I want you to squeeze up your pelvic floors on your out breath now. Inhaling and letting go of the pelvic floor as you lift the arms up. One more of those. So letting go of your pelvic floor, Mula Bandha as you lift the arms up. And squeeze. Lovely. You can let go of your pelvic floor and just wriggle your fingers over your baby, if they're there. And maybe even have a little click. So if we turn the palms up, so you're clicking with the palms up, we're going to bring the hands to your shoulders, okay? And just knock your shoulders together like this. Sorry, not your shoulders, your elbows. So knock, 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 knock. And then we'll see if we can just inhale, lifting the elbows up, taking them back behind you, and exhale to round the back, bring the chin down, elbows together. So we're just doing 3 of these really big circles to loosen up our shoulders. Maybe having a little sigh. When you've done all 3, we'll just change direction. And inhale to drop the elbows down and back, opening up the heart. Exhaling as they come down and you just drop the head Lovely. Inhaling fully and completely. Exhaling fully and completely. Lovely. And when you've done about 3 of those, so you can just have a little shake out of your hands and your shoulders. Okay, so cross your legs over the other way. If you're on something hard, then I'll take it out. Cushions are fine. And we're just going to start to circle around the pelvis. So you can do it with it sat on you if you want, or in front of you. And relax the shoulders and just finding your spiraling movement. We're going to sing round and round and round we go. Sometimes fast and sometimes slow. Lovely. Take a big breath in, stretching your arms up high, and then engage your core as you exhale. We're going to fold forwards and just say those babies, stroking or doing whatever you want to do. Coral isn't very responsive, unfortunately, so I just have to make it up. We're going to go round the other way now. So take a breath in to sit tall, and as you exhale, go round the other way. And just finding that lovely circling movement in the pelvis and feeling that spiraling in the spine. So you're relaxing your shoulders and just feeling your way into this. And we don't want to be a solid, you know, going around like in a solid movement. We'll stop our song as well. Round and round and round we go. Sometimes fast and sometimes slow. Lovely. Take a big breath in and reach up tall into the fingers. Exhaling, squeeze your belly. Fold forwards and just be baby for a moment, lingering, stroking with your loving touch. Lovely. Now we can get our legs out and keep the knees bent. With your gentle and soft hands on baby, just checking and making sure that they want you to have your hands there. We're going to bring our hands down to the knees and either have the hands over the knees or wrapped around the lower legs. And we're going to go back to that same movement. And we're going to circle their legs, just so we're both circling. Round and round and round we go. Sometimes fast and sometimes slow. Have a little shake out, and then we're going round the other way. Round and round and round we go. Sometimes fast. Great big brother there. Fast and sometimes slow. Lovely. And another little shake out. So you can just shake out the legs. Lovely. Okay, we're in a great position here with the feet either side of baby, with the knees bent, and we're going to wrap the hands around the knees and really push your feet into the ground. So this is very strengthening for the belly for you, and you can try and relax the shoulders. We sit up tall and take a breath in. So if you're lifting your heart, I'm going to show you sideways on as well. So inhaling to lift up, so you pull on the knees and you exhale and straighten the arms, leaning back and squeezing your pelvic floor. So on your in-breath, keep pressing into the floor, lift up the heart, exhaling, you're leaning back, squeezing the pelvic floor. Lovely. And really strengthening the belly there. So you can do as much or as little as you wish. Lovely. And this is called a womb hug, or just strengthening the belly. Very energizing and as well as strengthening. Okay, when you have had enough of that, and you can keep going for quite a while if you wish, you can just take your Hands back behind you. Maybe take the knees from one side to the other, just to ease out a little bit. And then if you want to, you can just come into a boat pose. So this is Navasana, the boat pose, very strong in the belly, and you'll just take it to the stage you want to. So the first stage is quite similar to what we've just done. Hands under knees this time, sit tall, okay, press the feet into the ground, and then you're simply just leaning back a little way. So the belly's nice and strong, and you're squeezing your pelvic floor. So this is the first one. And then if you're feeling strong, you might just lift one foot off the ground, or the other foot off the ground. See how that feels. Maybe you could balance with 2 feet off the ground. And then if you're feeling even stronger, you could lift the lower legs up and even let go of your legs if baby's a little bit older and you're feeling stronger. That's brilliant. The final posture, for people who feel like they are pretty strong, might be to straighten the legs out. But I would only do that if you're feeling strong, especially not, if you're definitely not if you're in the first few weeks or months of baby. When you've had enough, okay, you can stretch your legs out again. And you come into this wide-legged posture. And we're going to straighten the legs, pull up the toes, and we're going to link up our fingers. Take a breath in to grow tall, and when you breathe out, we're just going to go round to the right foot, and then to the left, so we pass over baby. I'm going to inhale and move back, and then exhale and go forward, saying hello to baby, keep going. There we go, keep going, and then we're going to sing a song called Peas Porridge, which you probably don't know, but you might know it. So join in with me if you want. It's like we're stirring our big pot of porridge. Peas porridge hot, peas porridge cold, peas porridge in a pot 9 days old. Some like it hot, and some like it cold, and some like it in a pot 9 days old. And we shake out our hands. I don't think anyone likes porridge 9 days old. And then if you wish, you can return to your boat posture. Have a shake out of your legs with a nice strong belly. Okay, stretch out, take a breath in. As you exhale, we're going to bend the knees if you need to and fold forwards over baby and just linger for a moment saying hello. There we go. Lovely. So as you gently uncurl, you can straighten out the legs again, pull up the toes, and let's link up our fingers the strange way. So you've got your other thumb on top. Take a breath in, sit tall, and as you exhale, we're going to go round to the left and then to the right, passing over baby, leaning back as you breathe in, exhaling forwards. Lovely. Just getting your movement going. If you're feeling a little bit weaker, then you won't make such large circles. But do join in with me now with the song. Peas porridge hot, peas porridge cold, peas porridge in a pot 9 days old. Some like it hot, and some like it cold, and some like it in a pot 9 days old. Ew, shake out your hands. 9 days old, it's horrible. Shake out your feet, engaging your core. Lovely. And then we can bring our feet either side of our babies again. That's all right. And we're just going to come back to that posture that we were doing. So I'll do this on the side. You've got your feet either side of baby, fingers are pointing forwards. And as you take a breath in, lift up onto your fingertips, lifting the heart. And as you breathe out, we're just curling down, bending the elbows and really squeezing your pelvic floor. On your in-breath, if you're feeling stronger, you could lift your bottom up, squeezing your bottom to lift up. Exhaling, bottom down, squeezing your pelvic floor and abdominals. So this is a lot more difficult. So just practice this if you're feeling up to it, and you don't have to lift your bottom right up. Okay. If you're feeling pretty strong today at home and it feels okay, you might even like to stay lifted in, this is the tabletop position, so you're squeezing your bottom, pushing your knees away from you. And the last thing to do, maybe if your neck's feeling okay, is lean back the head. Okay, when you've had enough, shake out. Okay, so let's get close to baby again. And we'll just stroke down the arms towards the hands. Okay. And you might like to just circle in the fingers. If baby in the palm, baby will let you get in there. You can do this sat up if you like, or sat down. We're going to bring the arms together, just encouraging but not forcing in anywhere, and just seeing if they'll take their hands up above their heads. And then down by their sides. And then we're going to go off to the right and off to the left. And so this, I will do this so you can see, it just goes north and south and east and west. And then we go, you're the baby I love best. And give baby a hug. So this is on the baby, this isn't you doing this. So when you're with your baby, we'll go, don't do this at home either, tilting baby up, just so you can see. We go north and south and east and west. You're the baby I love best. Ooh, lovely huggy. Lovely. And if they really like that, we can do it again. We can do it sat up. North and south and east and west. You're the baby I love best. Lovely. Cuddles and hugs. Beautiful. So we're going to come down now, back to the legs. Have a little squeeze of those lovely luscious legs. And we're going to come down, holding around the ankles, and we're just going to be bringing one knee at a time into the chest as if they're walking. And if you know the song, The Grand Old Duke of York, we're going to be doing that. So when they're up, we're going to encourage both legs to go up towards the feet to go up towards the head. When they're down, coming down to the floor. When they're only halfway up, we just have a little rock in the middle. Okay, so you can make sure you're comfy, and we'll bend our knees. And we're going to keep moving as we do this, so we don't seize our backs up. And we'll just start walking them. Oh, the grand old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill, and he marched them down again. And when they were up, they were up. And when they were down, they were down. And when they were only halfway up, they were neither up nor down. Really have a little shake out. Woo! If they're a bit older, then you might like to explore just sort of letting go of their legs. They might quite like that. So they have their own control over their bodies. But otherwise we'll stay, if they're younger, we'll just stay with our hands on them. But we'll do that again. And again, just make sure that you're moving yourself as we move in and out. And if you wanted something extra to think about, you could try having a squeeze of your pelvic floor every time you come in. If that's not too much to think about. Okay, so we'll get that movement going in towards the chest, one knee at a time. If they get stuck and they don't want to move, just give them a little shake out, see if that helps them. Ready? Oh, the grand old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill and he marched them down again. And when they were up, they were up. And when they were down, they were down. And when they were only halfway up, they were neither up nor down. Woo! Yay, well done. Give them a little shake out and a round of applause. Give them a round of applause, and maybe they can give themselves a round of applause. Well done. Okay, so we're going to move now ourselves so that we're now on all fours, and we will move them a little bit more in a moment. So come to all fours directly over baby, so your heart is directly over baby. And we're just going to spread the fingers, take a breath in, and just, I'll come around to here. Take a breath in and just let your belly sag down, so the tail and the chest are lifted. And as you exhale, we're going to go rounding the back and having a good squeeze of your abdominals. Of course, you can make any noise you like as you round your back and really engage in your core, pressing into the fingers, getting that lovely stretch in the heart area rather than the lower back. So this should help to just ease out every vertebra in your back. And as we come back to a neutral position with the back nice and straight and engaging your pelvic floor, I'm going to take a breath in to lengthen the spine, relaxing the shoulders, and as you breathe out, bending your elbows. Inhaling, straight back, exhaling. We're going to inhale, we're going to see if we can stretch your right arm out and your left leg. So keep strong in the belly and keep your pelvis in a neutral position so it's not wobbling. Exhaling back. Inhale, opposite, so left arm, right leg. Exhaling back. Take a breath in to lengthen the spine. And exhale. So inhale your right arm out and left leg. If you're feeling strong, you can lift up the left toes, pointing them down. Exhale back. Inhale the left arm and right leg. Try not to turn the hip out. Exhale back. Inhale, long spine, and exhale. So inhale, opposite arm and leg stretch. Exhale back. Inhale, opposite arm, leg stretch. Exhale back. Inhale, long spine. Exhale. Lovely. Then we're just going to push back, bottom to heels, having a good stretch out. Watch your head for any kicks in your face. And then we're going to take a breath in. And we're going to go whoosh forwards. Lifting up onto the hands, lifting your chest and tail. We exhale to round the back, bottom to your heels. Take a resting breath in. And then go whoosh. So we have our moving hands. Exhaling, rounding the back. bottom to heels. Lovely, take a resting breath in. Whoosh. Do that one more time. Remember your resting breath in. Whoosh. Lovely. Okay, now let's just come back to kneeling, if that feels okay for you. And we're going to have baby sat on our laps. So if this kneeling position isn't very nice for you, then you could pop some cushioning underneath your bottom, so on top of your legs or your ankles, just to see if that makes any difference. And we're just going to have a jiggle. So you're squeezing your bottom as you do this. And so it's squeeze, relax, squeeze, relax, squeeze, relax, and just having a little ride of a car. And you're older, when they get older, they might like doing this as well. Lovely. Okay, so we're going to start to, you can relax your bottom now. So we're going to wrap our left, well actually I'll mirror you, so wrap your right arm around baby's chest and just hook underneath the, sort of around the rib cage or under the elbow. And so your left arm is free, and we're just going to inhale and circle that right arm back behind you. And you can wriggle your fingers. You can have a jiggle if they want to keep jiggling. But we're trying to just follow the hands with your gaze, so you're looking back. Oh, just got a bit of cramp there. Just come up a little bit. So once you've done about 4 or 5 on one side, we'll just swap our arms over. So we wrap the left arm around baby's chest so they're nice and secure. Reach that right arm forwards, wriggling the fingers. Exhaling as you come full circle. So it's a nice full circle with the breath. Lovely. When you've done about 4 or 5, we'll come back to the centre. We're going to have a bit of a jumping bean song, so we can jiggle them a little bit. I'm going to lift them up above our heads, so really holding them strong around the rib cage. And it just goes, baby is a jumping bean, the biggest bean I've ever seen. He or she can jump so high, squeeze your bottom and lift right up to the sky. Well done, just coming back down. So we'll do that again. And if they enjoyed it, you could, and you're a bit confident, you can you can sit them on your head. Okay, which is quite nice. You just have to watch out for kicks. But give it a go and start bouncing them. Baby is a jumping bean, the biggest bean I've ever seen. He can jump so high, squeeze your bottom and lift right up to the sky. Have a little twist if you want. Little twist. Keep squeezing your pelvic floor as you twist. Well done. Fab. And then we're going to do that one more time. And you've got the option, if you want, to have them the other way around, which is also quite nice, so they can see you and enjoy watching you. And this time, if you wanted to, you could place them belly down on your head. So it's just something different, but you find whatever suits you. And we'll keep squeezing our bottoms and just giving them a little bounce. Baby is a jumping bean, the biggest bean I've ever seen. He can jump so high, squeeze and lift, right up to the sky. Have a little twist with a nice strong belly, strong bottom, strong pelvic floor. Lovely, well done. And they're flying now. Oh, wonderful. So we can bring them down. So, and if you hold on to them, if it's okay for you, we're just gonna come up onto our knees. And if you have a hard floor, I would pop a cushion underneath your right knee, or actually if you put both knees on there. We're going to bring the right foot out, and we're just going to sit them on our knees, so they're facing inwards or out, it doesn't matter. But you want the heel to be pretty much underneath the knee so that you can give them a jiggle, because they're going to go for a horsey ride. Okay, so we're going to go horsey, horsey, don't you stop. Just let your feet go, clippity clop. Tail goes swish and wheels go round. Giddy up with homeward bound. Lovely. Now we can now bring them in a bit closer, and I mean, if you're breastfeeding, you probably want to have them well away from you, so they're facing out, but they're snuggled right into the crook of your hip, or your hip flexors. And you're going to wrap your same arm around as your bent knee around the leg, the baby's chest. So right knee, right leg's out, right arm is wrapped around baby. And so we want the knee to follow the toes and snuggle your toes into the ground. As you take a breath in, you can sweep the arm up, squeeze your pelvic floor and the thighs together as you move forwards. Exhale to bring the arm down. So you're inhaling, pressing the feet into the floor, knee follows toes, and exhale back. So you're really paying attention to the alignment of your hip, knee, and feet. And just keep that lovely sense of strength in between the thighs and squeeze your pelvic floor. Lovely. This is a version of the half moon posture. And you could hold that if you wish. If you don't have baby sitting on you right at this moment, then feel free to bring both arms into the air, so you're being like this. Just being careful that you don't move too far forwards and that you don't want it all to go into your lower back. Okay. Return, baby. So we're going to just lift baby up again and see if we can get that leg back in. Take the weight into the right knee and bring your left foot out. And if you want a bit more steadiness, you can take the foot a little bit further out, and we'll pop them towards the front of your thigh, towards the knee. Okay, so jiggling. I'm going to lift the heel up. Lovely. Give him a little jiggle and a horsey ride. Ready? Horsey, horsey, don't you stop. Just let your feet go, clippity clop. The tail goes swish and the wheels go round. Get up, we're homeward bound. Really well done, horsey ride. So we'll bring them in closer. Wrap your left arm right around the chest and hold them firmly. So you want to snuggle the toes into the ground, really spread them. And as you take a breath in, we'll lift the arm up, lifting up the torso, squeezing the thighs together, and exhale back again. So inhaling into your lunge and exhaling back. Lovely. feel free to hold that posture if you wish. Keeping the strength in the pelvic floor and in the thighs. Okay, so we could briefly come up to standing. We're not going to come up for too long, so I know you've been holding them up for a while. So we'll just push down into the back foot, squeezing your pelvic floor as you come up. We want to hold them quite low down, and if you just make sure they're really securely held, they're quite like this nice downward facing position. We're going to soften the knees and just take the feet out at an angle so the knees follow the toes. And we're just going to have a little jiggle. Jiggle, 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 and then go, woo, bending the knees. And you can squeeze up your pelvic floor as you do that. Jiggle, 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 woo. 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 Lovely. And we keep going. Woo. So then have a little drop. Now, we're going to be coming towards the front of your mat, and I'll do this sideways on. We're going to have them facing to the, so that if they're in the, towards the left elbow, we're going to be stepping back with the right foot, and we're going to start to have a little sweeping zoom, zoom, zoom movement. This is, we're going to the moon. In fact, I'll show you the front ways on as well. So we're pushing off that back foot. And we go zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Zoom, 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 we'll get there very soon. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're going to start and we'll go round and circle. Woo! Lovely. Okay, checking they're all right, and we're going to just try and turn them around so they're in the other arm facing forwards, and making sure they're totally locked in your arms. We'll have the right foot forwards and left foot back now, and then start to move forwards and backwards. And then I'm coming up onto my toes, back, there you go. And then I'm lifting my hip, my front foot as I, so it's a little bit more of a stretch. Zoom, 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 we're going to the moon. Zoom, 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 we'll get there very soon. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and blast off round in a circle. Lovely. Try not to get too dizzy. Okay, so we're going to come down now, down to the floor again, and just come down how you wish. So we're going to, you can either hold them or keep them in your arms, but we're going to start practicing more calming things now. That was a bit energizing. But now we're going to try and just wind our way down into a bit of relaxation. And don't worry if this doesn't happen at all. We're going to be practicing some baby mantras. And these mantras correspond to the different chakras in the body. And they're just called seed sounds, bija mantras. You don't really have to read anything into it, it's just a nice sound. And the theory is that we're lengthening the breath, which is very calm for us, but also the lovely soothing sound of our voices calm baby as well. So you can do this with baby lying down, which is lovely, snuggling really close in and holding baby's hands. But your baby might not want to do that, so don't worry if they're a bit more active and they don't want to lie down. You can do this with them sitting up or even standing. It's just you won't be able to go directly to the chakra. So you do what you want to do. And I'm going to stay with Coral on her back because she doesn't move very much. It's quite handy. So the first chakra is the one at the belly, and this is Ram, R-A-M. And then we're going to go to the heart, which is Yam, Y-A-M. And then we're going to go to the throat, which is Hum, H-A-M. And then the crown of the head is Om. And so we're going to do each one 3 times, and then our 4th time will be repeated really quickly. But don't worry about all these instructions, it will just flow. So we're going to get close into baby's belly if you're lying down. Take a breath in and out just to settle yourself. Getting close into baby's belly button, watching out for any kicks. And so our first sound is Ram. We'll take a breath in. So take your time to move forwards, and you might need to adjust your position as well. We're going to get close in, snugly into the heart area, so in between the shoulders. And this sound is Yam. So take a big breath in when you're ready. Yam. Lovely, we'll move up to it's the throat chakra, it's in between the ear and the shoulder. So you can get really snugly in there. And this sound is Hum, H-A-M. So take a big breath in when you're ready. Hum. Lovely, we'll move up. The last one is up at the crown of the head, or the forehead, and this is the sound of Om, so you might need to move yourself right up. And we'll take a breath in when you're ready. And so when you finish there, you're just going to keep a nice hum going. And if you want to, you can have a lie down. Make sure you've got something under your head. Snuggle up next to your baby. Maybe you'll even want a blanket on you. And if you're not lying down, it's absolutely fine. You can stay. Might be feeding, and in which case use all the cushions that you've got to prop yourself up so you're not straining. Maybe you're still humming. Maybe you can just take your awareness within and lower your gaze whilst you're still feeding, or just rocking your baby. So you're still focusing on each and every out breath. And as we come back to the breath, we use the breath as an anchor to being in this present moment, so that we can really experience this lovely and joyful moment with your baby and your loved ones if they're there. Being kind to yourself and just making sure that you're seeing to your own needs as well. And we can try to follow each out breath from beginning to end. And each out breath connects us to the ground so that you feel as though you're really grounding and earthing yourself. So just feel the parts of your body which have connection with the floor, whether that's parts of your bottom and legs if you're sitting up. Maybe it's the soles of your feet if you're standing. And maybe if you're lying down, it's the sides of your body or parts of your back. And each out breath, we're just letting go a little bit more and allowing ourselves to relax and to be in this present moment. There's nothing else to do but just be here and enjoy this time with your baby. You'll feel baby against your skin, and baby's movements and baby's warmth. Maybe you're snuggling up with another little one at home. Maybe you've got a toddler there, or an older child, and they too can be humming and just getting that lovely rocking movement. So it's really soothing and just grounding yourself so you really enjoy the present moment. And let's be really happy and grateful for just being here with each other. So if you're still humming, we'll let those hums fade away, and we'll start to just waken up our senses. So we're going to tune into the sounds around you, tuning into your own breath, first of all, and the sound of yourself and the sound of your baby. And then tune into the sounds in the room that you're in, and the sounds maybe of the house that you're in, and the sounds finally of the outside world. And once you feel fully aware of all those sounds around you, then we can start to blink the eyes open, yawn, and have a stretch. If you're lying down, you might like to stretch out. And you may or may not have your hands free at home, but we'll just open the eyes if they're closed. If your hands are free, we'll bring the palms together. Take a moment to thank yourself for coming today and spending some time nurturing yourself as well as your baby. And we'll say to each other, Om Shanti.